welcome back. This is now issue 34 of Build the Classic Routemaster. Okay, so yeah, this is issue 34. I've actually been really looking forward to building this issue because I have been sent something by a YouTuber who watches my channel, and I've been sent a gift, and it's absolutely fantastic. I got it last week, and well, sorry, beginning of this week. I think it was towards the end of last week, beginning of this week, and yeah, I'm really excited to get it up and running. So more on that later on. So for now, let's crack on with 34. It's been put on this card, so I'm assuming there's something in here that is not to be bent, because this is really quite solid. So we'll go down, we'll open the issue, and we'll get building. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to take this out, and we'll expose all the goodies inside. Right, okay, yep. Quite a lot in this issue, more than I expected. So we got this huge packet of things. Okay, and where do we start? So, let me open up the packet, we'll see everything that we've got. Yeah, there's a lot in this one, isn't there? So, I'll get all of this out with some screws there that nearly went missing. And I can see more screws hanging around in there. Whoa, there we go. I think that's everything out of there. So, aha, this is what I was waiting for. So, we'll come to those in a moment. So, let's check off all the parts. So we've got 34A, which is a fuel filler neck. Okay, and that is this part here. I'm just going to adjust some lights, you can see, and be at hand with my focus. So there's the fuel filler neck, which is just an angled piece of plastic. Okay, that is the first part we got. Okay, 34B is this part here, which is the fuel filler base. These are all plastic. So I know you're out of focus at the minute, but obviously I'm showing you what's in the issue. So 34C is the filler cap. So this is very much like what we had before on the engine, on the top of the engine. Very similar. Okay. 34D, which is the fuel tank bottom. And that is this part here. And I know that because it's got the two holes in the bottom there. Okay, and then obviously 34E is the fuel tank top, and I know that because it's got these posts that protrude from inside there, and obviously we've got some detail there. It doesn't show the detail on the magazine on the parts list, but I'm happy with that. It's not the greatest finish. I mean, I'm not sure what sort of finish it's supposed to have, but it's very scratchy, and you can see there's a mark there. Not very good, I don't think, but it could, you know, it's supposed to be like that. There's a little bit of flash in there, or whatever that is, like where it's been moulded, but I don't think it'll be that bad because it's going to be underneath, isn't it? Okay, 34F bracket times. Right, we've got loads of brackets. So 34F through to K are all brackets. It doesn't say what exact type they are, but I could try and sort them out as per the picture. Unless they're all the same, I don't know. 1 minute. I think, let me change my focus so you can see what I'm talking about. I think they're actually all the same. I mean, the magazine's showing two a different way. Yeah, I think they're all the same. I think until we actually get building, I'm not sure. But the magazine pictures 34F, which are two brackets, and 34G, which are two brackets. However, the image is showing them in that orientation. We've got two that facing that way and two facing that way, but I can't see anything to differentiate. You know, I can't say the word. I know what I mean. There's no way to tell them apart. So I'm just gonna put all of them up there for the moment. As I say, I'm pretty sure they are all the same, but we will find out. If something doesn't fit right, we're gonna know about it. Okay, these are definitely going to be well, yeah, these will be directional at some point. Again, the 34H and I, sorry, a bracket, it doesn't say which, the image isn't clear enough to determine which one's what at this stage. But if I hold them both the same way, they are the same, they look the same, but when you turn them up on end, there's like some sort of hole, like fixing hole, and they're on the opposite sides. So obviously they're gonna go that way. You've got left and right, so either those holes will be the same direction at the top, or they'll be the other way around. But then the fixing holes there will be at the bottom. So again, we'll know more on them later, but they are together. And then obviously we've got these here, same thing but smaller. Again, you've got the fixing holes up there. So if I put them both the same way, they're facing in on each other, or the other way out on each other, so they'll either go one way or another. Sorry about that. I've still got a really bad cough, following on from the cold I had. So 34L, we've got two safety bars which are in this packet here, and I suspect this is why we had the card on the issue, to stop these bending out of shape. And they both look the same. The holes are all in the yeah, the holes are all in the same place. So we've got two of those. I'm going to leave them in there for the moment. And just stick that up, just up there to the side. I need to sort my camera out so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, 34M are cradle blocks. Now these are what we had, some of these on the Delorean, and what these will do is sit underneath the, if you like, the jacking points on the bus. Like on a car, you'll see later on, there's some specific places where this will sit in relation to the bus. So it's roughly like that, and then we can sit the bus on these blocks and it will raise it up. But more on these later on. I'm going to put them aside for the moment because we won't need them for the build. Okay, and then we've also got lots of screws, so let me just make sure we've got all of them. Yeah, so we've got IP 3 of, and I have got 3 in there. QM, 3 of them. CP, yep, 2 of those, that's correct. We should have 5 GM screws, and I've got 5. CM screws times 10, and I think that is about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I think I might only have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, there is 10. One was hiding. That's fine. Even if we had 9, that wouldn't have been a problem because we always get 1 spare. And EM screws, we've got 10 of those as well. 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, we've got 10 of them. So yeah, everything is present and complete. So now we can get on with the build. So the first thing we need to do is take the fuel tank bottom, 34D, and the fuel tank top, 34E. Check the orientation of part 34D, noting the 2 small indentations circled in red. Okay, so I think the indentations are what they're talking about here. You can just see them. Let me just sort the focus out. These here, they are the indentations, and they are going to be on the opposite side to what looks like these fixing holes here. Just going to take the light down a little bit. There we go. It's the only problem trying to get a good light. I don't want it too bright, but don't want it too dark. We'll have to run with that for the moment. So yeah, in 2 indentations on the opposite sides of the screw holes, like so. So indentations that side, and you've got the screw fixings that side. I will try and put it the other way, and it fits perfectly as well. So just be careful of that. That's wrong. If you've got the indentations on the same side of these screws, the screw fixing points, that's wrong. Just switch that round. Okay. Okay, so next we're going to fix that into place with 2 IP screws. Okay, so I'm just going to grab them out. And I think that's the only time we're going to need the IP screws, because we've only got 3. So 1 will be a spare, so I'm just going to leave them aside for the moment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to screw these 2 together. Just enough for it to stop. Don't go any more, because obviously this is plastic and you'll just shear the post off inside. There we go. And I'm happy that's nice and secure. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to attach this to the chassis itself. So let me just move these up and away and out, and we'll get the oh god, we'll get the chassis over. Okay, so I need to get my bearings. We're going to need to turn this upside down. Okay, so this is where I might need to get the old Star Trek model out again. So we're going to carefully lift this up and put that underneath, because we're going to need to turn it upside down. And then I'll have the engine hanging off the back, I think, is the safest place for that. Okay, so the fuel tank is actually going to fit here, where this silver plate is here in the chassis. Okay, and that is going to fit in like so, and that will line up, so you've got the 2 screw holes here and then 2 there. Obviously this whole chassis is turned round 180 degrees in the magazine, but obviously I'm doing it this way because I can get to it from this side. Okay, once that is in place, we're then going to fit that with 4 GM screws. Okay, obviously we're only supplied with 5, so we know that's the only time we're going to use these screws. So I'm going to secure that into place. So I'm just going to start each one off. So that's started. Now be really careful, this plastic is really, well, looks and feels quite brittle. So you don't want to over tighten those. I know I keep saying it, but if you do, you're going to end up breaking some of the plastic mountings. Ignore that jump, that was the screwdriver. I actually need a new bit. I have got one, but I'm putting off using it until I really need to, because I bought a spare screwdriver set in case any of these became worn. And the Oreo screwdriver is obviously the best screwdriver I've ever used, and I use it for absolutely everything and anything now. Okay, so I'm happy that is solid. They're not tight, I've just done it till it wanted to stop. So I could probably get some more turns on them, but I'm not going to, because why do I need to when that is solid? Brilliant. So now that's fitted, we're then going to move on to step 3. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. We're now going to be fitting the fixing points for the brackets. Okay, so it's asking us to identify them. And okay. Right, yeah. Okay, I'm not sure. Right, we're looking down here, first of all, at these fixing points here. But my magazine, I don't even pick that up. Let me adjust my... you're probably not going to see it. There you go. Can you see the actual magazine illustrates 3 holes being down there? There's 1, 2, 3 in like an L shape. But obviously I've only got the 2. 1, 2. There's no other hole here where the image is showing. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a big thing or not, but we'll soon find out later on the build. So it wants us to identify the fixing points. So we've got 1 there, we've got 1 there, 1 there, and then the 1 down there as well. So I'm going to have to swing the camera about because obviously it's too big to fit in the screen in one go. So the first thing it wants us to do... okay, that makes sense now in regards to getting them in the right places. Oh, actually, I don't think it matters which one we use, because I can put that. I think it's that one there, and then I'm assuming. I'm assuming the other one is going to go on the opposite side. So let me just test fit that one now. Yeah, that's fine. And if I okay, yeah, that is the right way, because that's in one direction where the screw hole is. If I try and put it on this side the wrong way, I'm so sorry about this camera angle, it's ridiculous. Trying to work under a small camera, but I don't know if you can see that the actual fixing hole where you screw the screw is hanging off the edge of the chassis frame there. So well, I know that is the wrong one. So these are directional, which is great news. So I'm just going to pop that in there, and that is going to be secured in with a CM screw. So I'm just going to grab my CM screws. Excuse me. Okay, and then hopefully I can get this Oreo down there to secure that into place. So I'm just going to hold the bracket. And I'm not sure if either I've got the wrong bit or that is too worn now and I'm going to have to swap it out. Let me try this piece. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm so sorry. Bear with me 2 seconds. I have a new new screwdriver set. It isn't made by Oreo, but it's exactly the same. All the bits are the same, except they're orange. So I'm going to take this J1 piece, because that is the bit that's worn. So now I've got a nice shiny new one, and hopefully okay, so that is very loose. Okay. So I'm actually going to undo it a bit and put it back in. Okay, that's gone in. Now what I'm going to do is, I haven't been using any of my oil. I'm going to do that now because that was really difficult to get in. So the next piece we'd want is one of the smaller pieces. And there it is. And you've got the screw hole there. Okay. And that is just going to go into those 2 holes there. There we go. And the locating pin is going to be on the left on that one, so the screw hole is on the right as you look at it, like that. And then we're going to use another CM screw. This time I'm going to use a little bit of oil on that screw, just to see if we get any different results. Yeah, that did go in a little bit easier. But not great. Okay, let's try that again for the next one. So we want another small one. Again, the hole is going to be on the right hand side, and that's just going to go into there. This is quite tricky. The problem is I haven't got any bits any bigger than that to even try. This is the best fitting piece. Okay, that's on. Okay, and then last of all, we want this piece here, I believe. So it's the medium size one, which is 34J or K. That's going to go in, and then the screw for that is going to be on the left hand side this time. And I think that's okay. I mean, these look slightly askew. But hopefully that will sort itself out, or we may have to readdress them later on. So yeah, again with the CM screw, we're going to attach that one. So that one went in fine. Okay. So that is the 4 side bits put on. Okay. Okay, so what it's asking us to do now, excuse me, is turn the bus over and then fit one of the bars. However, I don't see the point in doing that just at the moment, because after that step it then wants us to do this side. So we've got the 2 holes there, there, there and there. So I may as well, while it's up and propped up, I may as well crack on and put all the brackets in this side, and then we can put the bars on afterwards. I can't see there being any reason not to be able to do that at this point. So again, I'm going to pop the brackets in. So the tallest one will go nearest the front wheel. And again, we're going to be using, let me just skip forward to step 7. Or 6 even, sorry. Step 6. Yeah. CM still, just check in, just in case. Okay, so that one's gone in. Well, that one's actually solid. That went in really easy. And then we want one of the smaller ones. So again, the screw hole is going to be nearest the tank. And I need to load a screw up before, because that won't stay in. I'm going to get a bit of oil on there. That's solid. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Okay, move on to this one here. Again, we want another small bracket, and that should be, again, the hole on the right as I'm looking at it, which it is. Another screw. See, that one's loose. That's better. Okay, I'm happy with that. No, I'm not. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Okay, and then the last one, which is 34I, will go on the back here. And again, the screw hole will be to the left as you look. Brilliant, and that is now solid on there. Oh, sorry, as well. I will give it a little touch more. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to go back a step. I'm just going to pop this off here for the moment. And then we'll put the bus the correct way up on the desk. Because then we're going to fit the bars on either side. So hopefully I can get you a good view of that. So for this we're going to use the EM screws. And then we're just going to line them up. And I'm just eyeing them up at the moment just to see if there's any particular way I would probably say this way round. I can't see. I'm going to go with this way round, and the reason I am, and I'll try the other one. If I go up down to this side here, when I fit this way, if I line the hole up roughly, the end of it is rather close to the tyre there. If I turn it around this way, it's not as close to the tyre. So I'm inclined to think it's going this way. Okay, right, and I've been really naughty. Really, really naughty. I haven't, give me a slap, I haven't read the manual properly. That is really naughty of me. I'm normally really careful. I blame I blame me being ill. Okay, it's not the end of the world. What it actually says is not to tighten all these brackets at this stage, because we're going to need the movement to fix the thing. So I'm just going to loosen everyone off a couple of turns. Which would make sense, because I said to you some of them are a bit skewer. Right, job done. So, sorry about that. So yeah, now all the brackets are loose. I've just untightened them. Couple of screws, so there's movement there now, so that'll aid us in lining these up. Okay, so I'm really miffed about which way these need to go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with this way round, because if I go this way round, there's too much of a hang. It's too close to the tyre. If I do that, it just seems too close to the tyre for me. So I'm going to go with it that way round. Okay. And then what we want to do is we're going to use EM screws. I believe. EM, yep. So I'm just going to grab them out. Okay, I'm just going to check the screwdriver bit. Okay, yeah, that's far too big. I need to go down a size. EM screws are small. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of oil, and I'm going to start fixing these on. So, I'm wondering if the best thing to do is place the screw through the hole. Yep. So I'm going to put the screw through the hole first. And then I'm just going to loosely put all those in. We can tighten everything up afterwards. We just need to get it in place. So hopefully you can still see that. So there's two in. The EM screws are actually going in really nicely. And I am using a little bit of oil on the screw just to help that go in. Okay, I need to remove that one again because it's got caught. There we go. Okay, once they are all in, I'm then going to go along and just tighten those all up. Wow. That is really strong. Obviously, I do the... I'm so sorry for my cough. Obviously, I do the live stream with Penny on a Wednesday, and Penny did say what a difference these made. And wow, I mean, they're not even tightened properly underneath due to my error, but obviously I've loosened them off. They should be loose at this stage, but even with them loose, it's just a lovely place to hold the chassis now. Absolutely stunning. Oh, right, so I'm just going to carefully turn this round. Okay, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Obviously, I've skipped a step. I've done this, you know, it's asked us to do one side, then come and do the other, but I've done both at once to minimise flicking the bus upside down more times than we actually need to. So I'm just going to line these up again, just to see. Oh, we're obviously on the back here this time, aren't we? So I need to just check to see where it sits with flush with the tyre. Yeah, see that side I'm not happy with. That side I am more happy with. So I'm going to go with this way. So I'm going to start this end. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the screw, go through the hole, and then attach it to that bracket. Okay, that one's loosely in. Oh, I can fully appreciate now what Penny meant when she said it just strengthens the whole thing up. That was solid, and it was still loose. Sorry, I know I'm off camera now. Concentrate, Horlicks, concentrate. Okay, so now I'm going to go along and just tighten those up fully. Wow, wow, wow. Look, again, that is solid, and there's not any movement from the loose brackets. Absolutely fantastic. So, now what we need to do is we're going to turn up over the chassis again. So let me just move this out of the way, get the box back up. And then turn this upside down. I don't like doing this, but it's got to be done. So I'm just damaged. Just worried I'm going to break something. I've already got tape here to protect that really fragile piece under there, which is still okay. Touch wood. So all we're going to do now, as you guessed it, we're just going to go along now and just tighten up those CM screws that we should have left loose in the first place. Okay. So I'm going to support it from underneath. And obviously because we've already screwed these in fully tight, it's easier to go in. And then I'll do the last two here. Nope. And as you can tell by my camera swinging around, I've greased the boom as well. So now it just flops around all over the place. You blow on it and it will just spin round. Okay, so this poor box is seeing better days. But we shouldn't need this too much longer. Okay, so now I'm just going to go down this side and tighten all of those up. And then the last one just down here. This one needs a little bit more, I think. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now, yeah, brilliant. That is all on. So hopefully you can see that. We've got the safety bars on. Okay, as you can see, it's closer to the front than it is the back because, you know, I was saying, but I'm more happy with it being more flush with the mud flap than it digging into the rear wheel. So I think that is the correct way. And yeah, wow, just can't believe how solid that is. That is, yeah, brilliant job. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do the bit in between. Okay, step 3 was obviously to do the brackets, then step 4 was to put the rail on. Obviously I did that afterwards. And we're going to do the other side. Okay, so step 7. I'm just going to put this down for the moment. Okay. Step 7, we're going to be assembling the fuel filler cap. So we're going to take the fuel filler cap and insert the screw eye between the arms of the fuel filler base. Okay, so we want this piece looking like that, and then we're just going to put the filler cap in between, obviously, the hole, line them up. Okay, and then using a CP screw, okay, I'm just going to put an EM away. I seem to have an EM left over, and I also seem to have a CM left over. So whether we're going to need them shortly, I'm not sure. We seem to have 2 spares of those. Okay, CP. We've got 2 of those. We're going to need 1. So yeah, from this side, as you assemble this, it wants us to put a CM screw through this side. Okay, so that is good. Don't go mad. that's just wanting to stop there. If you notice, when I turn the screw, it wants to pull that down. That is, I'm good enough for that, and there's enough resistance there to keep that in any position I may want it to go in. Obviously, it may loosen up over time, so you could try opening and closing it a few times, and then give it a little bit of a tweak. But no, I'm happy with that. Okay, now we need to get the chassis back up. Okay. We need to locate this piece here, where we put the tank on underneath. I'm going to try and get you in. Yeah, where we put the tank on the correct way up, you've got this square plate here, and if you look at the bottom, you've got the cutout there, which will fit. Obviously, so it'll only go one way. So we're just going to place that in there. We're then going to pop the filler cap over the top of the whole unit, so it'll sort of hug. It will hug that black piece of plastic with the actual filler neck. And then we're going to fix that in with 2 QM screws. So again, I'm just going to pop that spare screw away. I'll deal with those later on. I normally use them out the bags to start with, and then I'll put the spares in my pill case. Okay, so we're going to use the QM screws. I'm actually going to use a bit of oil as well because we're going into the metal. And then just jolt that around. That has gone in absolutely beautifully. And the same on the other side. So just give that a jig. It will fall through. Okay, brilliant. That is good. I'm just going to stop there because obviously we're going into metal through plastic. That is not going anywhere. Okay, just check the fit, and that does sit flush on there, so I'm happy with that. Okay. Next, it says the 4 cradle supports fit under the tabs on the frame. They're not fixed to anything at this stage, it says. They're not fixed to anything at this stage. Does that mean they're going to be fixed later on, I wonder? I don't think so. But it says store them safely until they are needed. So, most of you already know, but you've got these silver tabs here, and you've got 4 of them. So you've got one there, you've got one this side, and then you've got one there, and one there. And what you'll notice is, if you put them underneath and turn them round, you'll see they'll fit in there perfectly. And what that will do is lift the bus off the ground. Good, probably about a centimetre. I can just about get my fingernail under there. I can't go any more in, but it just lifts it off the ground, and it's ideal to work on, save ruining the suspension. So, this is where I come to the gift I was sent. So, I'm just going to pop this over here for the moment. Okay, so at the moment it's like playing charades, because I need to try and guess what I was talking about. So basically, I got sent this base, absolutely beautiful piece. And as I say, it was a gift from a subscriber. I got one, and so did Penny, and I think someone else as well, but I'm not sure who that was. But as you can see, the finish is absolutely amazing. There's a lot of work gone into this. It's all been properly sanded. The joins are absolutely perfect. Um, and yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic. I was just pointing there, I had slight battle damage from the post. That block of wood actually split, so I just used a bit of wood glue on there to secure that back together. And luckily, did actually 3D print a G clamp for earlier on in the model when we were doing the suspension. So I just glued it, and then I used my 3D printed G clamp and left it for 24 hours, um, and that was enough. Now it's solid, but you'll find out very shortly. That is not a problem at all. Okay, so the idea is those black stands that we got in this issue will actually go on over the posts, perfect fit. But as you can see, I realised afterwards, so I'll probably skip this on. I was actually putting them on the wrong way. They needed to be turned round 160 degrees. Yeah, so that was, I did put them on wrong, but as you can see, I did change them round. So yeah, once that's done, that is a perfect fit. Sits on there really solidly, um, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. So now you can lift the whole base up, and the bus will come with it, and it's ideal for, say, working on or picking it up off the shelf. Um, and yeah, that that is it. So I'm so I'm just so pleased, and I'm just so grateful that one of my subscribers went to all the time and effort to actually build this. It's absolutely amazing. That means a lot. So yeah, really, really grateful. And I'm just going to go around now, and you'll see. I'm just showing you around. Here I was just explaining it was a perfect size. Yeah, with the front grille on, it was pretty much level to the base. There may have been a very slight overhang. Um, that's absolutely perfect. Absolutely love it, and it's a perfect fit for my shelf as well. And this is just a picture of it. Sorry, footage of it on its side, so you can actually see what it will look like. So you can imagine when the whole bus will be on there, when it's all complete, it's going to look absolutely amazing. Okay, and then this is um, with it on my shelf. I was just explaining as well that the actual my actual shelf there is bowed, so the actual base is obviously dead level, but my shelves are bowed. They're only a cheap shelf.